and we have agreed unequivocally and unanimously that our counties deserve resources, and for that reason, we have reinstated the figure that they got the last financial year of 385 billion, and on top of that, we have made and provisioned additional resources of Kenya shillings 2 billion to make our counties perform their duties efficiently. Lastly, the magnanimity of the membership of this mediation has been based on the fact that we are proceeding for recess, both houses. And the way we all support devolution, we would not want to be in a situation where our counties are gridlocked. And that is why we have decided we are going to process this bill the fastest way we can in the National Assembly. We'll be asking our colleagues in the National Assembly to support so that we move into capacitating our counties to function the way they ought.
Must come from counties, including my counterpart, and I'm sure the people from our counties are also watching. The figure we've agreed upon is 387 billion as the mediated position for county governments. And I know our counties might be expecting a lot. Unfortunately, that a lot will be informed by reality. And reality has confined us to making this considered decision, having taken a lot of issues into consideration. And also, I must thank the magnanimity of the members, and particularly members of National Assembly, on one issue, the cognizance of the fact that we are going on recess in 2 weeks, and we also have to pass CARA within the same 2 weeks in order to make sure we facilitate the funds flow to counties, because amending of DORA will give rise now to the green light for us to be able to start processing of CARA. And that requires, sincerely, it requires the goodwill of both houses.
Let me say that a good mediation is one where parties listen to one another and consider the views of one another on the basis of mutual respect and understanding and appreciating the issues that need to be canvassed during the mediation process. What has happened today is that both parties have agreed on a principle to work on, and that principle is based on a principle of retention and improvement of the allocation that was made to the counties last year. And indeed, the counties today can smile and say that nothing has been deducted from what was allocated and disbursed last year, but there is a bit of improvement.
But in every mediation process, there's give and take. I think at the end of the day, we have agreed on the figures. My appeal is to all the accounting officers, both the governors and at the national level, to be prudent in the management of these resources.
Said in the beginning, when you agree on principle, life becomes very easy. And agreeing on principle lays the basis for agreeing on numbers. So the conflict between the PhDs and the lawyers, there has to be a middle ground. And I'm very happy, Honorable Co-Chairs, that you were able to guide this process in such a way that we agreed on certain principles. And when these principles are set, they are not just for now. They set the precedent for future mediations and even how we deal with these issues going forward. If we have been able to persuade each other that counties must never receive money less than what they received in the previous financial year or the preceding financial year, that is progress. That I consider progress, not only for devolution, but in terms of growing the sort of democracy that we anticipated to grow with our constitution.
I want to piggyback on what Senator Sifuna said on the concept of principles. And I think that if there is one thing that has been tested in this mediation process, is the common understanding of budget cuts vis-a-vis defunding. I think that we were actually trading on a very dangerous premise when we wanted to find ourselves in a situation whereby counties were going to be given money below what they got in the previous year. Because most of the funds that are going to the counties are essentially financing administration of those counties. They barely fund development in those counties.
The intention of devolution was not to make the counties solely a cost center. They were supposed to spur economic growth, and we do hope and believe that the funds we have allocated to them, they'll continuously rationalize their budget and their expenditure to ensure there is adequate funds allocated towards physical development, because this is what spurs the economy.
To want to tell our governors, having fought so hard to at least show some growth in the allocation that we got, we would want them to also put in place austerity measures to curb wastage, to curb corruption, and most importantly, to honor the pending bills, because they've inflicted a lot of economic suffering to the Kenyans.